Hello. Hi. Let's wait for about 3 or 4 minutes. Let everyone join in and then we proceed. Okay, let's wait for about 3 or 4 minutes and then we proceed. Yeah, let's wait for about 2 minutes and then let's proceed. Let's wait for about 2 or 3 minutes more. Let everyone join in. Let's wait for another 2 minutes. Let's wait another 2 minutes. Another minute. All right, welcome to Unacademy, India's largest online learning platform that gives you a world of courses, resources, content, live and recorded sessions to help you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examinations. Also, I welcome you to crack CA exams with us. That is a vertical and channel of Unacademy that caters to the students of CA Foundation and intermediate in their journey and pursuit of preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examination by providing top educators, quality content, and overall a great learning experience. So come, let's crack CA exams with Unacademy, India's largest online learning platform. Welcome to this session once again. Before we proceed, a brief introduction about the educator today. That's me. Hello, I'm Prathik Gupta. I'm a Bachelor of Commerce from Christ College, Bangalore University. I'm an associate member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, an associate member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, and an associate member of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, and also a law graduate from Karnataka State Law University. I'm currently a practicing chartered accountant and also a visiting faculty for CA subjects and an educator for CA students, both offline and online. Prior to starting on my own, I worked with S.R. Bartley Boy and Associates, that is the Indian member firm of Ernst & Young Global in the Audit and Assurance Department, and Ernst & Young India, EY India, in the Mergers and Acquisitions Department. I also worked with the Manipal Group in Bangalore and was the corporate controller of their German subsidiary located in Frankfurt, Germany. It was only after I got back from Frankfurt, Germany that I decided to start something on my own, and that gave me an opportunity to become an educator, which again gave me an opportunity today to be able to take this session for you young, fine and enthusiastic CA aspirants. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I hope you find this session useful. Anytime during the session, in case you have any questions, queries, observations or discussions to be made, please do not hesitate to drop in a line and I will take up the matter as soon as I can for discussion purpose or for problem solving purpose. Now, just a second. Okay, now you can also look me up by my name. That is Prathik Gupta, Prathikgupta. You can look me up on YouTube and you will find all my many sessions that are there on YouTube channel of Unacademy, which will help you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examinations. All right. Now, Unacademy caters to you to help you in your preparation for CA Foundation and intermediate to 3 platforms. First is special class, then we have YouTube, and then we have the premium platform of Unacademy, which is the Plus platform. So the YouTube session is what you're attending today. It's absolutely free of cost, but it gives you great value and resources in your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examination. There are many sessions on YouTube which you will find useful. You can also go there and look for my name Prathik Gupta and go through my sessions. Then we have the special classes that are conducted on the Unacademy Learning app. They are also absolutely free sessions but provide you great value and material to help you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examinations, more about which I will tell you as we proceed. So let's talk about the premium platform of Unacademy, which is the Plus platform of Unacademy, which is also a payment-based subscription model. I strongly recommend and encourage you to become part of the Plus platform of Unacademy as soon as possible in order to help you to get help in preparation for your CA Foundation and intermediate examination, and also the following reasons. Firstly, the Plus platform of Unacademy conducts daily live classes where you get to chat with your educator, engage in discussions, ask your doubt and answer polls. All this while the class is going on. Yes, you heard it right. All this while the class is going on. You do not need to wait for the end of the session. You do not need to wait a couple days after the session. You do not need to wait for the weekend, or you do not need to fix up an appointment with your educator. You can ask your questions and discuss matters with your educator on a real-time basis as and when they occur. It's as simple as lifting your hands up in a classroom and your educator takes up your query, right? So whenever you have any queries or anything to discuss, your educator will be more than happy to discuss and answer your queries as soon as possible. The second reason why I recommend and encourage you to become part of the Plus platform of Unacademy is because of the live tests and quizzes it conducts on a regular basis, which helps you in evaluation of your preparation, and also the various mock tests and quizzes to get a detailed analysis of your performance. So what this does, now obviously whenever you're preparing for a professional examination from time and time, you need to know that what is your level of preparation, which are the areas you're prepared, which are the areas you still need to prepare. So these live tests and quizzes and mock tests at regular intervals helps you get an idea about your level of preparation and basically break your preparation into 3 stages, that is your strong areas, your weak areas, and your not so strong areas. And please remember, in a professional examination, whatever time you have for your preparation is limited. So in that limited preparation time, you can ideally make use of the time wisely in those 3 areas, in the sense more time for your weak areas, a little lesser time for your not so strong areas, and less time for your strong areas, until a time you reach when your weak areas and your not so strong areas eventually become your strong areas. So thereby this results in minimum wastage of time and maximum utilization of time. The third reason why I recommend and encourage you to become part of the Plus platform of Unacademy is because of the structured courses it provides. All the courses are structured in line with the exam syllabus to help you best prepare for it. So all the courses on the Plus platform are in line with your exam syllabus, so that once you complete a Plus course on the Plus platform, you can rest assured that you've completed the syllabus of your examination without missing out on any major or important points. And lastly and most importantly, the one subscription to the Plus platform of Unacademy gives you access to all the live and recorded courses to watch from the comfort of any of your devices, which simply means one subscription to the Plus platform of Unacademy will give you access to all the live and recorded special classes and all the live and recorded Plus courses, which will help you in your preparation for the exams. And not only this, you can view these live and recorded special classes and live and recorded Plus courses from the comfort of any of your devices. That means your mobile phone, laptop, tablet, or desktop, as the case may be. And also all these resources are available to you 24/7 without any timing restrictions, so that you can view them whenever you find the time. And also, more importantly, you can view them from any location you want, whether you're at home, whether you're on a vacation, whether you're in a native place, whether you are coming back home from work, or whether you're traveling to work, or you're waiting for someone for a meeting and you have some time to spare. You can simply pull out your mobile phone, log into the Unacademy Learning app, and make use of that time to help you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examinations. All you require is an internet connection or a data plan, which all of us are blessed with today. So keeping these points among the many other advantages of the Plus platform of Unacademy, I request and encourage you to become part of the Plus platform of Unacademy as soon as possible in order to accelerate and enhance your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate course. All right. Then, like I told you, there is something called as an Unacademy Learning app which will give you access to all the special live and recorded special classes and all the live and recorded Plus courses that Unacademy has to offer to you. So for those of you who have downloaded the Unacademy Learning app and are using it, thank you very much. For those of you who have not yet downloaded it, I request you to go to the Play Store of your mobile phone, download the Unacademy Learning app, put in your mobile number where you will get an OTP, use the OTP and you register on the Unacademy Learning app. It's as simple as that, with no complicated procedures or detailed procedures. Now, what happens to you once you register on the Unacademy Learning app? You get access to all the special classes that Unacademy has to offer you, and also all the Plus courses that Unacademy has to provide to you in order to accelerate and enhance your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examinations. All right, please take about 30 seconds, go through this slide, and then we proceed. Any questions? Please ask me. Take about a minute, go through this, and while doing so, in case you have any questions or queries, you can always chat with us and someone will get in touch with you to help you out further. All right. Okay, like I told you, the Plus platform of Unacademy is the premium platform of Unacademy and also a payment based subscription model which gives you various packages for the various examinations. So, the CA Foundation and Intermediate subscription packages provided by the Plus platform of Unacademy are as follows. The packages provided are for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and 24 months. The 1 month package will cost you rupees 3,500. The 3 month package will cost you rupees 8,750. The 6 month package will cost you rupees 14,000. The 12 months package will cost you rupees 17,500. And the 24 months package will cost you rupees 21,000. Now, please remember this is the listed price of the various packages. So before you make the payment for any of the packages, please do not forget to use my code, that is Prathik, Prathik, to get an instant discount of 10% on the above listed price. I repeat, please do not forget to use the code Prathik, Prathik, to get an instant discount of 10% on the above listed price. So the after discount price of the various packages are as follows. The 1 month package will cost you rupees 3,150. The 3 month package will cost you rupees 7,875. The 6 month package will cost you rupees 12,600, and the 12 months package will cost you rupees 15,750, and the 24 months package will cost you rupees 18,900. Please note you get an immediate savings of 10% when you've used my code Pratik. Okay. Now I will personally recommend you to start off with the 12 months package, if not the 24 months, for two reasons. Firstly, it is cost effective. If you compare the per month cost of the 12-month package and compare it with the per month cost of the 1 month cost, you will see there are great savings that you're getting immediately. And secondly, and most importantly, since the CA Foundation and Intermediate courses are provided to you in one package, a 12-month package will be very helpful to you because it covers the entire duration of both the courses, that is CA Foundation and Intermediate. Okay, because normally it takes about a year's time for you to prepare and clear the CA Foundation and Intermediate examination. So if you're getting a package covering the duration of both the courses at a very cost-effective price, I think that's a very good deal that you're getting. Having said this, you're free to choose the package of your choice. But please do not forget to use the code Pratik before you make the payment to get an instant discount of 10% on the above listed price. You can also avail the no-cost EMI option available for 6 months, 12 months, and 24 months, just in case you do not wish to make the entire payment at one shot. So you can go ahead and make use of this no-cost EMI option. Also, the payment option available to you is net banking, debit card, credit card, and also while watching the various special classes, you would have accumulated some coins. So those coins can also be redeemed while you make a payment for your Plus package. Keeping these things in mind, I strongly encourage and recommend you to become a part of the Plus platform as soon as possible in order to enhance and accelerate your preparation for the CA Foundation and Intermediate course. Please take a minute, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask. Take about a minute. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask. Are we done? Okay. Now, like I told you, the Unacademy Learning app gives you access to all the live and recorded special classes. Here are the snapshots of few of the many special classes that I have conducted on the Unacademy Learning app, which are there for your benefit and for you to make use of. And after doing so, in case you have any questions, you can always get back to me. So the special classes are on Revision Test Papers, Sale of Goods Act, Indian Contracts Act, the Companies Act. Then in addition to this, it is partnership accounts, accounts of NPOs, final accounts of entities, and many more topics and many more interesting subjects are there. So you can make use of it, go through it, benefit from it, and in case you have any questions, you can always ask me and I will be happy to clear your doubts. Also here I have given the links to some of the many special classes that I've conducted. You can either click on these links or you can copy and paste these links into your browser to directly take you to the special class on the Unacademy Learning app for your use. The special classes taken are on the Indian Contracts Act, the Sale of Goods Act, the Indian Partnership Act, Limited Liability Partnership Act, Companies Act, Basics of Communication, Accounting Concepts, and Revision Test Papers, among many others. All right, so please go ahead, make use of these special classes in your preparation, and let me know in case you have any questions or queries. Please take a minute, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask. Okay, so let's start on with discussion on revision test papers, May 2020 Business Laws, Part 3. Part 1 and 2 were done yesterday. Part 3 will be done today, 3 and 4. So the way we will do it is when we go through a question, revision test paper, we will discuss the question, discuss the answer, and then I will give you about 3 or 4 minutes to go through it and ask me any questions that you may have. All right, so take your time and easily read it and understand it, and also ask me any questions that you may have then. Okay. Now we will start with where we stopped last class. We will, if whatever is missed here, you can go back to part 1 and 2 and see the discussions there. So we did about 10 questions, I think. We stopped with we completed this yesterday. What is implied warranty? So we will start with question number 12. Okay, all set? All right. Nemo dat quod non habet. That means none can give or transfer goods what he does not himself own. Explain the rules and state the cases in which the rule does not apply under the provisions of Sale of Goods Act. Okay, so this is a Greek word which means nemo dat quod non habet, means none can transfer goods which he does not himself own. Now this is a rule. So the question says explain the rule and state the cases in which the rule does not apply under the provision of Sale of Goods Act 1930. All right, so let's look at the answer. Please listen carefully. Exceptions to the rule nemo dat quod non habet. The term means none can give or transfer goods what he does not himself own. Exceptions to the rules and cases in which the rule does not apply under the provisions of the Sale of Goods Act are enumerated below. So normal rule is also right. So if you don't own some goods, you cannot transfer it. That's what this doctrine means. But there are certain exceptions to this rule that you can transfer goods that you do not own. Okay, now let's look at the cases. Any questions you have, please ask me. Okay, first is effect of estoppel. Just 1 second. Yeah, where the owner is stopped by the conduct from denying the seller's authority to sell, the transferee will get a good title as against the true owner. But before the good title by estoppel can be made, it must be shown that the true owner has actively suffered or held out the other person in question as the true owner, or as a person authorized to sell the goods. So basically, if you authorize someone to sell the goods and he sells the goods to someone, then the person who buys the goods from such an authorized seller will get a good title. So what it means here is the person who's authorized to sell the goods is not the actual owner of the goods, but still he went ahead and sold the goods. Okay. Then the second one is sale by mercantile agent. A sale made by a mercantile agent. A sale made by a mercantile agent of goods or documents of title to goods would pass a good title to the buyer in the following circumstances: if he was in possession of the goods or documents with the consent of the owner, if the sale was made by him when acting in the ordinary course of business as a mercantile agent, if the buyer had acted in good faith and has at the time of contract of sale no notice of the fact that he has no authority to sell. So a mercantile agent, an agent is a person who is appointed by another person to carry on business on his behalf. So any sale made by a mercantile agent will pass a good title to the buyer. So the mercantile agent here has no good title to the goods, but still he is transferring the title. But these three conditions should be fulfilled. That the mercantile agent should get possession of the goods in the ordinary course with the consent of the owner. That means the owner only should give him the goods. Then the sale was made by him when acting in the ordinary course. The mercantile agent should be acting in his ordinary course of business as a mercantile agent. And even if he is not authorized to make the sale, at the time of buying the goods from him, the buyer should not have any idea that he has no authority to sell. So if these three conditions are met, the authorized agent can go ahead and make the sale. All right. Please take about 2 or 3 minutes, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask. Please take about 2 or 3 minutes, go through this. Any questions, please ask. Take about 2 minutes. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask. Take about 2 more minutes. Any questions? Please read it carefully. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions, please ask. Take about a minute more. Any questions, please ask. Are we done? Any questions? Please ask. Okay, then let's go to the third case. Sale by one of the joint owners. So when two or more people own particular goods, then one of them is can sell the goods on behalf of the others, even though he does not singly own the goods. So if one of the several joint owners of the goods has the sole possession of them with the permission of the others, the property in the goods may be transferred to any person who buys them from such a joint owner in good faith and does not, at the time of the contract of sale, have noticed that the seller has no authority to sell. Okay, so then sale by a person in possession under a voidable contract. So if any person obtains any goods, the possession of the goods under a voidable contract, then in that case he can sell the goods even though he does not have a ownership on them. A buyer will acquire a good title to the goods sold to him by a seller who has obtained possession of the goods under the contract voidable on the ground of coercion, fraud, misrepresentation, or undue influence, provided that the contract had not been rescinded until the time of the sale. So if a person has obtained any goods by the seller who has obtained possession of the goods under a contract voidable on the ground of coercion, fraud, misrepresentation, or undue influence, that means no free consent was given, then obviously the contract becomes voidable at the option of the person whose consent has so been obtained. Then the contract had not been rescinded until the date of sale. So in that case, he can sell the goods even though he is not the owner of the goods. Fifth, sale by one who has already sold the goods but continues to be in possession. So this simply means a person has sold the goods to you, but he still continues the possession. He's supposed to give delivery or possession of the goods tomorrow, but he still has the possession. So in that case, he can still sell it again. If a person has sold goods but continues to be in possession of them or of the documents of title to them, he may sell them to a third person, and if such person obtains the delivery thereof in good faith without notice of the previous sale, he would have a good title to them, although the property in the goods had passed on to the first buyer earlier. A pledge or other deposit of goods or documents of title by seller in possession are equally valid. So a person who sold the goods to someone but continues to be in possession of them may sell it to another person until the possession is given, provided the second buyer has no idea about the first sale. All right, please take about 2 or 3 minutes, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions? Please ask. Any questions? Please ask. Take about 2 more minutes. Any questions? Please ask me. Take about a minute more. Any questions? Any questions? Please ask. Okay, let's go to question number 13. What are the rights of a buyer against a seller if the seller commits a breach of contract under the Sale of Goods Act 1930? Okay, I repeat. What are the rights of the buyer against the seller if the seller commits a breach of contract under the Sale of Goods Act 1930? Okay, so let's look at the answer. If the seller commits a breach of contract, the buyer gets the following rights. Okay, so these are the rights that the buyer gets against the seller in case the seller commits a breach of contract. Damages for non-delivery. Where the seller wrongfully neglects or refuses to deliver the goods to the buyer may sue the seller for damages for non-delivery. Okay, so the first option is damages for non-delivery, section 57. Suit for specific performance. Where the seller commits breach of contract of sale, the buyer can appeal to the court for specific performance. The court can order for specific performance only when the goods are ascertained as specific. Now, what do you mean by specific performance? So, let's say A enters into a contract with B for selling of 100 kilos of mangoes. Okay. So, on the due date, B declines or B breaches the contract and he does not make the payment or he does not deliver the mangoes. So, in this case, A can go to the court and say that, no, I want those 100 kilos of mangoes, and B has to supply them to me. So in this case, court can order for specific performance only when the goods are ascertained or specific. Okay, for unascertained or future goods, the court cannot say specific performance. All right. Then suit for breach of warranty, where there is a breach of warranty on part of the seller, or where the buyer elects to treat breach of condition as a breach of warranty, the buyer is not entitled to reject the goods only on the basis of such warranty, but he may set up against the seller the breach of warranty in diminution of extinction of the price, or issue or sue the seller for damages of warranty. So whenever there is a breach of warranty or there is a breach of condition which is chosen by the buyer to be treated as a breach of warranty, in that case the buyer can take compensation for breach of warranty in the terms of reducing the selling price or for damages of warranty. All right. Next, repudiation of contract before due date, where either party to a contract of sale repudiates the contract before the date of delivery. The other may treat the contract as subsisting and wait till the date of delivery, or he may treat the contract as rescinded and sue for damages. So when a person, let's say the seller has a breach of a contract, this thing, so that simply means he has failed or refused to do his part of. Most welcome. Okay, most welcome. I take all my sessions in English, so you can attend all my sessions. Akira Rani, all right. Okay, so the next thing is, so if the seller breaches his contract, the buyer has two options. Either at that point breach, even he will rescind or repudiate or cancel the contract, or he will wait till the due date when the seller was supposed to perform his duties, and then he will sue for damages of breach. Okay, so these are the options that are available for a buyer against the seller in case the seller commits a breach. Please take about 3 or 4 minutes, go through this, and then we proceed. Just give me a minute, I'll get some water. Any questions? Please ask. Any questions? Please ask. Take about 2 minutes more, 2 or 3 minutes more, and then we proceed. I want you to understand this carefully and read it carefully. And in case you have any questions, then ask me. In case you're done, please let me know. Take 2 more minutes. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask. Are we done? Please take your time, read it carefully, let me know once you're done. All right, I'll wait. Take another 2 minutes. It's okay, I'll wait. Okay, take 2 more minutes. Any questions, please ask me. Yes, any questions, please ask. Take about a minute more. Any questions? Any questions, please ask. Just about 10 more seconds. Yes? Alright, let's go to question number 14. Alright? Mr. S agreed to purchase 100 bales of cotton from V out of his large stock and sent his men to take delivery of the goods. They could pack only 60 bales. Later on, there was an accidental fire and the entire stock was destroyed, including 60 bales that were already packed. Referring to the provision of Sale of Goods Act 1930, explain as to who will bear the loss and to what extent. Okay, let's read the question again. Mr. X agreed to purchase 100 bales of cotton from V out of his large stock and sent his men to take delivery of the goods. They could pack only 60 bales. Later on, there was an accidental fire and the entire stock was destroyed, including 60 bales that were already packed. Referring to the provisions of the Sale of Goods Act 1930, explain as to who will bear the loss and to what extent. Alright? Understood the question? Let's look at the solution. Let's look at the answer. Section 26 of the Sale of Goods Act 1930 provides that unless otherwise agreed, the goods remain at the seller's risk till the property therein is transferred to the buyer. But when the property therein is transferred to the buyer, the goods are at the buyer's risk whether delivery has been taken or not. So the first important point is, whenever there is a sale of goods, the goods are the property or the risk of the seller until the property or the ownership of the goods is transferred from the seller to the buyer. Okay, but once the ownership transfers from the seller to the buyer, then the risk becomes the buyer's risk, even though delivery has been made or not, whether the possession has passed or not. Further, Section 18 read with Section 23 of the Act provide that in a contract for sale of unascertained goods means when the contract is made, they are not ready or not identifiable. No property in the goods is transferred to the buyer unless and until the goods are ascertained, and where there is a contract for the sale of unascertained or future goods by description, the goods of that description and in a deliverable state are unconditionally appropriated to the contract, either by the seller with the assent of the buyer or with the buyer with the assent of the seller. The property in the goods thereupon passes to the buyer. Such assent may be expressed or implied. So please remember, in case of an unascertained goods or future goods, the property will not pass on from the seller to the buyer until and unless the goods are identified and appropriated to the contract, either by the buyer with the consent of seller or by the seller with the consent of the buyer. Same with the future goods. So the only goods wherein the property passes from the seller to the buyer is of specific or ascertained goods. Okay. Applying the aforesaid law to the facts of the case in hand, it is clear that Mr. S has the right to select the good out of the bulk, and he has sent his men for the same purpose. Okay, so in this case, Mr. S has the right to select the goods out of the bulk, and he has sent his men for the purpose. Alright, please take about 3 or 4 minutes, go through this slide, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask. Okay, take about 3 or 4 minutes, go through this, and any questions, please proceed. Please ask me. Any questions, please ask. Take about 2 more minutes. Any questions, please ask me. Read it carefully. Any questions, please ask. Take about 2 more minutes. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions? Any questions, please ask. All right, let's move on to the next one. Hence, the problem can be answered based on the following two assumptions, and the answer will vary accordingly. First one, where the bales have been selected with the consent of the buyer's representatives. In the case, the 60 bales have been transferred to the buyer and the goods have been appropriated to the contract. Thus, loss arising due to fire in case of 60 bales would be borne by Mr. S. As regards 40 bales, the loss would be borne by the seller, which is V, since the goods have not been identified and appropriated. So the first case is those 100 bales, those 60 bales that were kept aside, those were kept aside by the consent of the buyer's representatives. If those have been kept aside by the buyer's representative or their consent, then the property in the goods has passed from the seller to the buyer. So for those 60 bales, the buyer will be responsible, and the remaining 40 bales, the seller will be responsible. Okay, so let's take the second case where the bales have not been selected with the consent of the buyer's representatives. In this case, the goods has not transferred at all, and hence the loss of 100 bales would be borne by Mr. V completely. So in the second case, the buyer's representatives have not selected the 60 bales. In this case, no bales nor no goods have passed on from the seller to the buyer. So the seller will be responsible for all 100 bales. Okay? Yeah, please take about 2 minutes, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask. Take about a minute more. Any questions, please ask. Take a minute more. Are we done? Any questions? Another 10 seconds. Okay, let's move to question number 15. All right. Mr. Amit was shopping in a self-service supermarket. He picked up a bottle of cold drink from the shelf. While he was examining the bottle, it exploded in his hands and injured him. He files a suit for damages against the owner of the market on the ground of breach of condition. Decide under the Sale of Goods Act 1930 whether Mr. Amit will succeed in his claim. Okay, let's read the question again. Mr. Amit was shopping in a self-service supermarket. He picked up a bottle of cold drink from a shelf. While he was examining the bottle, it exploded in his hands and injured him. He files a suit for damages against the owner of the market on the ground of breach of condition. Decide under the Sale of Goods Act 1930 whether Mr. Amit will succeed in his claim. Okay, understood the question? Let's look at the answer. Essentials of sale. The problem as given in the question is based on section 16 subsection 2 of the Sale of Goods Act 1930, which states that where goods are brought or bought by description from a seller who deals in goods of that description, whether he is a manufacturer or producer or not, there is an implied condition that the goods should be of mercantile quality. Though the term mercantile quality is not defined in the Act, it means that in the present case, the bottle must be properly sealed. In other words, if the goods are purchased for self-use, they should be reasonably fit for the purpose for which they are being used. Okay, so as per the Sale of Goods Act, whenever the goods are being bought for a particular quantity or by description, then they should be of mercantile quality. Mercantile quality simply means the bottle must be properly sealed, or they should be of proper quality. So in the present case, the bottle must be properly sealed. In other words, if the goods are purchased for self-use, they should be reasonably fit for the purpose for which it is being used. In the instant case, on an examination of the bottle of cold drink, it exploded and injured the buyer. Applying the provisions of section 16(2), Mr. Amit would succeed in the claim of damages from the owner of the shop. Okay, now this is because the goods should be fit for consumption or fit for quality, but in the present case it wasn't fit. It was in fact in a dangerous state, and in case it was a dangerous state, the same should have been informed to the customer as well that please beware, this goods is dangerous, it could explode. But none of this could have, so neither was a signboard put there about the dangerous quality or mentioned that it is fit for use. Okay, or it was there is a breach of condition by the seller. In this case, Mr. Amit will succeed in his claims. All right, please take about 2 minutes, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask me. Take about 2-3 minutes. Any questions, please ask. Take about 2 more minutes. Any questions, please ask. Please read it carefully. Take another minute or so. Any questions, please ask. Any questions? Any questions? Take about a minute more. Any questions, please ask me. Are we done? Okay, I'm waiting for another minute. Do it quickly, read it quickly. Okay, let's go to the Indian Partnership Act 1932. Okay, question number 16. Explain the following kinds of partnership under the Indian Partnership Act 1932. Partnership at will, particular partnership. Okay, now we need to explain these two types of partnership as per the Partnership Act 1932. First one, partnership at will. According to section 7 of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, partnership at will is a partnership when no fixed period has been agreed upon for duration of the partnership. That means it's not a partnership for 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, 5 months. There is no particular duration mentioned for the partnership. Second, if there is no provision made as to determination of the partnership. There is no provision made as to the determination of partnership. These two conditions must be satisfied before a partnership can be regarded as a partnership at will. But where there is an agreement between the partners either for the duration of the partnership or for the determination of the partnership is not partnership at will. Okay, so these two conditions have to be there for a partnership to be a partnership at will. But when there is a agreement between the partners either for the duration of the partnership or for the determination of the partnership is not a partnership at will. Okay, particular partnership. What do we mean by particular partnership? A partnership may be organized for the prosecution of a single adventure as well as for a conduct of continuous business. Where a person becomes a partner with another person in a particular adventure or undertaking, the partnership is known as particular partnership. So now see, either you could, for a single act or activity, 2 or more people could come together and decide to start a partnership. Then it will be known as a particular partnership because it is created for a particular purpose. Okay. So that is what you mean by particular partnership. Please take about 3 or 4 minutes, go through this carefully. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions, please ask. Excuse me. Okay, any questions, please ask. Please take about 3 or 4 minutes, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask. Take about 2 or 3 minutes more. Take another 2 more minutes. Any questions, please ask me. Taking it nice and easy so that you don't get confused and you can understand everything. Let me know once you're done. Yes, okay, we'll wait for another 2 more minutes. All right, take 2 more minutes. Read it carefully. Let me know once you're done. Take another 2 minutes. Any questions, please ask. Let me know once you're done. I'm waiting for you to be done. Are we done? Chalo, just another 10 more seconds. Okay, let's go to question number 70. Okay, listen carefully. Partner indeed virtually embraces the character of both principal and agent. Describe the said statement keeping in view the provisions of the Indian Partnership Act 1932. A partner indeed virtually embraces the character of both a principal and an agent. Describe the said statement keeping in view of the provisions of the Indian Partnership Act 1932. Let's look at the answer. A partner indeed virtually embraces the character of both a principal and an agent. Subject to the provisions of Section 18 of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, a partner is an agent of the firm for the purpose of business of the firm. Okay, so as per Section 18 of the Indian Partnership Act, a partner is considered to be an agent of the firm for the purpose of business of the firm. A partnership is a relationship between the partners who have agreed to share the profits of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. This definition suggests that any of the partners can be the agent of the others. Okay, so basically a partnership is nothing else but when 2 or more people come together to carry on a business, a common business for the profits, and agree to share the profits of the business, which is carried on by all or by one of them acting for all. This definition suggests that any of the partners can be the agent of the others. All right, so in the first case we saw a partner As per section 18, a partner is an agent of the firm for doing business. In the second one, we saw that he is also an agent for the others. The partner indeed virtually embraces the character of both a principal and an agent, so far as he elects for himself and in his own interest. Okay, so far as he acts for himself and in his own interest in the common concern of the partnership, he may properly be deemed to be as a principal so far as he acts for his partners. He may be properly deemed to be an agent. So as long as he's acting for his own self, in his own interest, he's considered as a principal. And when he's acting on behalf of the firm or acting on behalf of the other partners, he's considered as an agent. The principal distinction between him and the mere agent is that he has a community of interest with other partners in the whole property of and the business and liabilities of the partnership, whereas an agent has no other interest in either. Okay, so according to this, if you read it, he is also a principal and as an agent. Principal he is when he's working and he's acting on his own interest. In his own interest, then he's a principal. But when he's working for the on behalf of the other partners, he's an agent. Or when he's working on behalf of the firm, he's an agent. All right. So in this way, we see that a partner can be both a principal as well as an agent. All right. Please take about 3 or 4 minutes, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions? Please ask me. Please read carefully. Please read carefully. Any questions? Please ask. Any questions? Please ask. Take about 2 more minutes. Any questions? Please ask me. Any questions? Please ask. Take 2 more minutes. Any questions? Please ask me. Any questions? Any questions? Please ask. Okay, let's go to question number 18. Okay, what are the various grounds on under which a partnership act under the which what are the various grounds under the partnership Indian Partnership Act 1932 on which the court may at the suit of a partner dissolve a firm? Okay, so what are the conditions under our Indian Partnership Act 1932 on which the court may at the suit of a partner dissolve the firm? Okay, now which are the situations in which the court can order to dissolve the firm as per the Indian Partnership Act 1932? Let's go through this. Answer: Resolution by Court, Section 44 of the Indian Partnership Act 1932. First one, insanity or unsound mind, where a partner, not a sleeping partner, has become of unsound mind. The court may dissolve the firm on a suit of the other partners or by the next friend of the insane partner. Temporary sickness is no ground for dissolution of the firm. So let's say A, B, C, D are partners in a firm. A is declared insane or of unsound mind. So the remaining partners, that is B, C and D, or the best friend or the next friend of A, can apply to the court to dissolve the firm because A is declared as an insane or a person of unsound mind. Please remember, temporary sickness is no ground for dissolution of the firm. It has to be a permanent kind of insanity or unsound mind. Permanent incapacity, where a partner other than the partners using has become in any way permanently incapable of performing his duties as a partner, then the court may dissolve the firm. Such permanent incapacity may result from physical disability or illness. So unfortunately, due to any accident or any disease or anything, if any of the partners becomes, the managing partner becomes permanently incapable of doing any work due to physical disability or illness, in that case they can apply to the court for dissolution of the firm. All right, please take about 3 or 4 minutes, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions? Please ask me. Any questions? Please ask. Take about 2 or 3 minutes. Any questions? Please ask. Take about 2 more minutes, go through this. Any questions? Please ask me. Any questions? Please ask. Any questions? Okay. The third reason is misconduct. where a partner other than other than partners using is guilty of conduct which is likely to affect prejudicially the carrying on of business, the court may order for dissolution of the firm by giving regard to the nature of the business. It is not necessary that misconduct must relate to the conduct of the business. The important point is the adverse effect of misconduct on the business. In each case, the nature of business will decide whether an act is misconduct or not. So let's say there are four partners and any one partner has grossly conducted a misconduct activity which affects the name and reputation of the firm. If the activity could relate to the business or could not relate to the business as well, the other partners can then apply to the court to dissolve the firm. Okay, just and equitable grounds. Where the court considers any other ground to be just and equitable for the dissolution of the firm, it may dissolve the firm. The following are the cases for the just and equitable grounds. Firstly, okay, so now these are the just and equitable grounds in case the court thinks so. Now, following are the just and equitable grounds. Firstly, deadlock in the management. Deadlock in the management simply means where they are not able to decide on something. There is a Jayalakshmi, this is a May 2020 paper, revision test papers. Okay, so where the management, the partners are not able to decide something and there is a dispute between them, that is called a deadlock between the management. Second, where the partners are not in talking terms between them, again this refers to kind of a dispute. Jayalakshmi, it's always that you come, I think you are joining at the time of Sale of Goods Act, so it's a coincidence. Okay, if you attend the session from the beginning, you will not get Sale of Goods Act whenever you join. Okay, Jayalakshmi? Okay, where the partners are not in talking terms, again there is a dispute between the partners. They are not talking to each other, because of which the partners apply to the court to order for winding up of the company, of the firm. Loss of substratum. Loss of substratum means loss of momentum, loss of business. So in case the firm is carrying on various losses and it is not having good business to generate revenue and to sustain for a long period of time, in that case the partners can ask for the court to order for dissolution of the firm. Okay, and gambling by a partner on a stock exchange. Now again, if any of the partners is having a misconduct and he's gambling on the stock exchange with the firm's money, then in that case the other partners can apply to the court to order for dissolution of the firm. Okay, so these are the just and equitable grounds on which any partner can apply to the court to order for dissolution of the firm. Deadlock in the management, where the partners are not in talking terms. Loss of substratum, gambling by a partner on a stock exchange. And lastly, continuous and perpetual losses. If there is, one second, okay, where the business of the firm cannot be carried on except at a loss in future, also the court may order for dissolution. So please remember, there is a limit up to which you can carry on losses also. So if the firm is going on incurring losses and nothing else, in that case the court can order for its dissolution in the interest of everyone who's working with the firm. So keeping these points in mind, which are the points in mind? Insanity, unsound, permanent incapacity, misconduct, just and equitable grounds, continuous and perpetual losses. So keeping these things in mind, always any of the partners can apply to the court for ordering of dissolution of the firm. Please take about 2 or 3 minutes, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask. Take 2 minutes. Any questions, please ask. Any questions? Just give me 2 minutes, or just take another 2 minutes. All right, let me know once you're done. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask. Okay, if we are done and if we have no other questions, we will stop today's session with this, and we will continue at 7:30, where we will finish the revision test papers May 2020. Okay, thank you so much, and I will see you in about 2 hours time at 7:30.